Hello dear student, this is Deepak and welcome to a Gradient Learn Hub. So today we will study class 10 science chapter number 2, acid, base and salts. So let's start. So acid are substances that donate proton H plus ion in aqueous solution. Acid are a sour in taste, they turn blue litmus solution to red, and acid pH less than a 7. Next, strong acid, those acid which give a more H plus ion, that is known as a strong acid. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Next, weak acid, those acid give a less amount of H plus ion, that is known as a weak acid. For example, acetic acid, oxalic acid and lactic acid. Next, concentrated acid, those solution which have a more amount of acid and less amount of water, that is known as a concentrated acid. Next, dilute acid, those solution which have a more amount of water and less amount of acid, that is known as a dilute acid. Next, base. So base are a substances that donate a hydroxyl ion, that means OH minus ion, in aqueous solution. Base are bitter in a taste and a soapy in touch. They turn red litmus blue solution. Next, base pH more than a 7. Next, what is a strong base? So those base give a more OH minus ion, that means a hydroxyl ion, that is known as a strong base. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Next, weak base. So weak base, those base which give a less amount of hydroxyl ion, that means OH minus ion, that is known as a weak base. For example, ammonium hydroxide. Next, alkali are those base which are soluble in water, that means those base which are completely dissolved in water, that is known as alkali. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. Next, naturally occurring acids. The lemon and orange have a citric acid, vinegar acetic acid, curd lactic acid, and grapes and tamarind have tartaric acid, antistick, bee sting and nettle plant have methanoic acid, and grass stick juice have hydrochloric acid. Next, indicators. Indicators are substances that change their color and smell in presence of acid and bases. That means indicator are those substances that change their color and smell in when it's come in contact of acid and bases. So indicators are mainly three types: natural indicators, synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. So what is the natural indicators? And natural indicators are found in nature plant, for example litmus and turmeric. Next, synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are chemical substances, that means we can say these indicators is formed by using chemicals. Next, olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators are those substances have a different order in contact of acid and bases, for example onion, clove oil and vanilla essence. Let's see what would be happen if different indicators come in contact of acid and bases. So first, litmus. When litmus comes in contact of acid, then they turn red, and in contact of base they turn into a blue. Next, red cabbage, red and green. Hydrangea flower, in acid blue and bases pink. Next, turmeric, no change, that means yellow in acid contact and bases red. Next, phenolphthalein, no change in pink. Methyl orange, in contact of acid red and in contact bases yellow. Next, onion, retain smell and characterized smell, and in contact of base no smell. Clove oil retain smell and loses smell. Vanilla essence, retain smell and no smell. Next, chemical properties of acid and bases. So what is the property of acid when acid react with metal and other metal oxides? So acid react with metals and form a salt and hydrogen gas. Similarly, base react with metal and form a salt and hydrogen gases. Next, acid react with metal oxide and form a salt and water. Similarly, base react with non-metallic oxide and form a salt and water. Next, acid react with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate and form a salt, carbon dioxide and water. And base doesn't react with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate. Last, acid and base react with each other and form a salt and water.